Welcome back. Lieutenant Clint Nichols is here from the Harrison Fire Department. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thank you for being here. You know, you guys come from time to time, and I think it's a good idea to keep the
community involved and know what's going on.
We have a great community that stays involved. I said we're really lucky down there at the fire department. Any project we've ever worked on, we've had so much help from the citizens. One of your guests coming up, Circle of Friends, we love to work with them. We work real close with them, especially in fire prevention. A lot of our information for fire prevention comes from Children's Hospital. Okay. They're the leading ones in our state about fire prevention, actually. So,
what are some of the specifics, that you want to hit on today?
Well, we're just coming out of October, which is kind of like our Christmas. You know, we visited all the schools and everything. In fact, we saw over 2,300 people in October. And what we really want to encourage people, we're going into winter, and of course that's a more dangerous time. In fact, 2 shifts ago we went to a fire, somebody had a small electric heater, they set it too close to a curtain. And just general stuff like that, we want to remind everybody, because we forget it in the summer, seems like we don't think about it, but mainly smoke detectors. I mean, I could say that again and again. Make sure you've got a smoke detector. Make sure it's working. We've done a really good job in our country putting smoke detectors up. We're doing a very poor job keeping batteries in them. All the time we go to fires and we'll look up at the smoke detector and it's from 1985 or something, you know, and it hadn't seen a battery since, you know, whatever.
And in defense of most people, you know, it may take them a year or two to decide on buying a smoke detector. They put it up, you know, they have to get on a chair and get a screwdriver and put that thing up there. And then they make sure it works, and they think they're safe forever. How do you get that memory going to where to remind people to change that battery? What's a good thing to do?
That is a good thing to bring up, because you know we get busy in our lives. We play forget them. It's pure and simple. Basically, the old rule is change the clock, change your smoke detector.
And it just happened a couple weeks ago.
Absolutely. Of course, we're through media here, and we've been very blessed with a good media in our local community. We try to remind people. But if you'll at least change it once a year, but it doesn't hurt to ever put that battery in there. And don't wait till you hear it beep. Comes time to change it, just change it. Like I said, the minimum once a year. But I've got a good deal for you. I got a deal. What a deal. In Boone County, City of Harrison and Boone County, we don't just limit to the City of Harrison. If you can't afford a smoke detector, the fire department will give you one for free. If you live inside the city, we'll come out and put one up for you for free. If you live in the county, anywhere in Boone County, call your local fire department. They can come in and get one from us and bring it out, and they'll put it up for you.
So there's no excuse.
No excuse at all. It's your #1 defense. Think about it. Think about this fire, this enemy that can attack you in the middle of the night. Okay, we all worry about auto wrecks and different things, storms, and that's all things to worry about. But a house fire can attack you in your bed, basically, in the middle of the night. So
tell us how quickly a fire can spread.
A fire can double every minute in the right conditions, and believe me, your home, any of our homes, is the right conditions. So,
and some people say, well, if I'm laying there, I'll smell smoke, I'll wake up.
No, you won't. You'll never wake up. You'll never wake up, is the truth. And the thing of it is, in our modern homes, plastics, when plastics burns, it turns to cyanide gas, and we all know, you don't have to be a physicist to know that cyanide gas is deadly. Also, what we're finding in the fire service is that houses are getting hotter when they do burn, because what do? We insulate them more, we put double and triple pane glass in, so when we go in to fight fire, the fires are getting hotter, which means that even more important that you need to get out, the people that live there need to get out fast. And if you're going to survive a house fire, you need to self-rescue. You need to have a smoke detector, need to know how to get out, and need to have a meeting place outside you so you know everyone is out. So that's the main thing.
I have a question about smoke detectors as far as, I mean, they're not expensive. You can get some expensive
$4 and
ones.
$5
Is that really worth the money to get something that high dollar?
Well, let me tell you, first off, there's 2 different kinds now. And when you go in to buy one, and most of our houses have what they call an ionized smoke detector. And they're the ones that have been around forever, and they're as good as they ever were, and they're still a good smoke detector. There's a new one called a photoelectric smoke detector. Even Springfield, Fire Department member Springfield, Missouri has done some research on it, and they appear to be finding smoke or detecting smoke even faster than the old ionized one. So what I've been telling people when they go buy a smoke detector, in fact, in my home, I built a house 2 years ago, and what I did is I put up some of the less expensive ionized, and I put one up near the girls' room, one of the new photoelectric, because they run a little bit more. They'll run about $30. You know, they're getting cheaper all the time. And of course, the others, $5,
Right.
we'll get you one. So, and put one in the basement. You know, any place like that that you can think of.
Specifically bedrooms for sure, and then like what, halls outside of,
Well,
where, some of the locations?
The Arkansas Children's Hospital is now suggesting that you put them actually in the bedroom, especially for kids. You know, kids sleep sounder than we do.
Oh, yeah.
So they're suggesting that. But at the very minimum, put one in the hallway outside your bedrooms, okay?
Okay.
Don't worry too much about places that, like the living rooms, kitchens, because, well, first off, the kitchen, you'll set it off all the
Yikes.
time anyway.
Right.
We've run into that a lot too, people taking the batteries out because they're tired of it.
Right.
Well, don't take the battery, just move it down the hall closer to the bedroom. But you know, typically places that you sleep, like you were talking about earlier, that's where you really have to be careful. So.
Okay, thank you.
You know, your job is not really fighting fires. It is fighting fires, but more of the time is educating and preventing fires.
Well, I'm very lucky. Our fire department has promoted fire prevention for years, and we're very proud of that down there. It's not just about me, all the firemen. When I said we saw 2,300 people in October, that wasn't just me. That was a big part of the fire department. We have a lot of guys that chip in and help. But education's a big part of it, and it's not only just fire prevention, it's prevention all around, kind of like I think we also was going to talk about the new measuring low water.
Yes.
At all the low water bridges now in the city of Harrison. First off, I want to give the street department credit. They worked with us on this, and now at all the low water bridges in the city of Harrison, we have a fluorescent yellow and orange measuring stake. And when you approach them during the high water, what we want to educate people on is how to read them. Now, all you're going to see is a number from 1 foot to 4 feet. But what we want to get, the information we want to get out there is as little as 6 inches can knock you off your feet and actually start some vehicles to float. Okay? And 23 inches, that's the critical part. At 23 inches, anything can float. So less than 2 feet.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Wow.
So, and they go up to 4 feet, so we don't want to drive up and say, oh, it's under 4 feet, I can make
So
it.
where do
And if you don't
tell
see it at
people
all-
to not
What
go
we're telling
ahead?
people is what I just said, 6 inches.
Okay.
And actually, it's also fast-moving water. If it's still and 6 inches or a
Right.
foot, you know, you're probably going to be fine. But 6 inches of fast-moving water, go another direction. If you see fast-moving water over the pavement, go
Just
another
go
direction.
another way.
Absolutely. And if you see up around 2 feet, you're going to get swept away.
Right.
And we have a water rescue team, but I'm going to tell you that is one of the most dangerous rescues, not only on the people we're trying to rescue, but on the rescuers that we perform. So it's a very dangerous thing, high water. And we're even suggesting people live out in the county. You know, if you see fast-moving water over the bridge, find another way. We're pretty lucky here. For the most part, water runs down relatively fast here.
Right.
But don't get in a big hurry because we've already performed several rescues in the last few years. So we're very lucky we haven't lost anybody. So.
Well, get your smoke detectors,
Absolutely.
change the battery, and don't go over a water bridge.
That's right.
You
And
should.
should we mention flu season too? Flu season.
Oh, yeah.
Flu season.
We
for
also provide
chimneys
at the
and
fire department. I know what you're exactly what you're saying. We also provide the fire department. If you burn wood, we have the flue brush program come down. Doesn't cost a thing. Check it out like a library book. Go home, clean your flue. Thing to do is measure your flue. Usually want it just a little bit smaller than your flue. And the guys down there will help you with it.
Okay.
We have the flue brushes and everything. Clean that flue up. Absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up.
because that's when everybody starts putting wood in their fireplace and in their stoves,
Well,
and
ice
they
storms
didn't
and
clean it from
stuff.
last year probably.
Absolutely.
too,
Ice
yeah.
storms and stuff, people use fireplaces and stoves they never use.
Right.
And then boom, they have a flue fire and maybe
So
house
do
fire.
it whether you think you're going to use it or not.
Absolutely.
'Cause
Be
you may
prepared
need
for bad weather. Now it's the time to be prepared.
Yeah. Clint, thanks for coming
Thank
by,
you.
buddy.
Thanks for having
That's
me.
great information. You guys are right on top of it.
Well, thank you.
All right. Up next, we have Jeff Crockett. He's a mayoral candidate for the city of Harrison, and early voting's already started, and I think voting stops next Tuesday.
Believe so.
Is that right? Is that right?
23rd.
Yeah. So we're going to talk with Mr. Jeff Crockett when we return. Stay with us.